In the coming years, Russia's civil aviation industry is expected to undergo a significant transformation shaped by geopolitical pressures, internal strategic goals, and complex technological challenges. One of the central elements of the government's updated aviation policy is a substantial increase in the share of domestically manufactured aircraft within the fleets of Russian airlines. By the year 2030, this share is expected to reach 50%, meaning that 1 out of every 2 aircraft operated by Russian carriers would be domestically produced. This objective is formally outlined in government documents and is increasingly emphasized across economic and aviation policy discussions as a national priority. The scale of this ambition becomes clearer when considering the current baseline. As of the beginning of 2026, Russian airlines operate a total fleet of approximately 1,100 aircraft, of which only about 19% are domestically manufactured. According to official plans, this share is expected to rise to 30% by the year 2028 and then increase further to 50% by 2030. This represents an exceptionally demanding objective given the historical evolution of Russia's aviation sector and the difficult economic and technological conditions that have emerged following Western sanctions and the suspension of cooperation with foreign aircraft manufacturers. The rationale behind prioritizing domestic aircraft is driven by several interconnected forces that have converged over recent years. One of the most decisive factors has been the impact of sanctions and the abrupt collapse of Western support for Russian aviation. After the escalation of the conflict in Ukraine, Western aircraft manufacturers and suppliers, most notably Boeing and Airbus, halted deliveries of new aircraft, spare parts, and technical support to Russia. Before these measures, Western-built aircraft formed the backbone of Russian commercial aviation. The sanctions not only ended new deliveries, but also undermined the long-term airworthiness of aircraft already in service. Without access to certified spare parts, software updates, and approved maintenance services, operating Western aircraft has become increasingly complex and risky. As a result, replacing or counterbalancing foreign aircraft has shifted from a strategic option to a practical necessity. At the same time, losses within the existing domestic fleet have added further urgency to the problem. According to Dmitry Yadrov, head of Russia's Federal Air Transport Agency, Russian airlines could lose up to 109 foreign-built aircraft and 230 domestically produced aircraft by the year 2030. Most of these domestic losses are expected to involve the SSJ-100 Superjet, which is powered by the SAM-146 engine, developed in cooperation with French partners. Following the breakdown of collaboration with European manufacturers, maintaining and overhauling these engines became extremely difficult. As a result, aircraft previously classified as domestic are now increasingly viewed as operationally fragile. Given the overall size of the Russian airline fleet, these projected losses would significantly reduce the number of domestically produced aircraft in active service. This creates an urgent requirement for large-scale fleet replacement. Against this backdrop, expanding domestic aircraft production has become a central pillar of the state's broader import substitution strategy. The government has repeatedly emphasized technological sovereignty across multiple sectors, with aviation emerging as one of the most economically and politically sensitive areas. Officials stress that increasing the share of domestically manufactured aircraft is not merely a short-term response to sanctions. Instead, it is framed as a long-term structural policy aimed at reducing reliance on foreign technology and reinforcing Russia's industrial base. Several aircraft programs are expected to form the backbone of this transition, according to government statements and policy planning documents. Among them, the MC-21 occupies a central position. The MC-21 is a modern narrow-body aircraft intended to compete with the Airbus A320 and Boeing 737 families on domestic and regional routes. It has undergone extensive redesign to replace foreign components with domestically produced systems, including engines, avionics, and composite materials. However, repeated certification delays have postponed the start of mass production. Alongside it, the SJ-100, also known as Superjet New, represents a heavily revised version of the original SSJ-100. This aircraft is designed to eliminate dependence on foreign suppliers by incorporating Russian-made engines and onboard systems. Although test flights are underway, full certification has not yet been achieved, and analysts note that its success will be critical for regional aviation. Additional roles are expected to be filled by the IL-1-14300 and the AL-96-300. The IL-1-14300 turboprop is intended for regional and remote routes across Russia's vast territory, while the IL-96-300 is aimed primarily at government, strategic, and limited commercial long-haul missions. Both programs remain in testing and certification phases, raising questions about production timelines. The Tu-214 currently stands as the only domestically produced aircraft manufactured in limited series. In the previous year, only one aircraft was completed, highlighting the gap between declared production targets and actual output. The scale of the challenge becomes stark when translated into numbers. To reach a 50% domestic share by 2030, Russia would need to introduce at least 500 newly built domestic aircraft into airline fleets. This implies production of roughly 100 aircraft per year, beginning almost immediately. This requirement closely aligns with statements made by Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin in January 2024, when he announced plans to produce more than 600 fully Russian-built aircraft by 2030. While the figures are theoretically consistent, whether industrial capacity can sustain such output remains unresolved. Beyond crewed aircraft, the government is also prioritizing unmanned aviation. Currently, drones produced in Russia account for approximately 43% of the domestic market. The goal is to exceed 50% by 2028 and reach 70% by 2030. This underscores a broader understanding that aviation sovereignty extends beyond passenger aircraft to include cargo drones, surveillance platforms, and dual-use systems with both civilian and military applications. Despite the ambitious roadmap, serious industrial and technological constraints persist. Certification delays continue to restrict airlines' ability to plan fleet renewal. Compounding this issue, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has revised engine production targets for 2025 and 2026 downward. Instead of the originally planned 192 engines, manufacturers are now expected to deliver only 128. As a result, projected aircraft output has been reduced by roughly 1.5 times. Production capacity and workforce limitations further complicate the situation. Aviation manufacturing facilities require extensive modernization, while supply chains must be rebuilt almost from scratch. Shortages of skilled labor and advanced machinery continue to slow progress. At the same time, sanctions restrict access to global markets, equipment, and technical cooperation. This increases development costs and extends timelines. The implications of expanding domestic aircraft production reach far beyond aviation itself. Aircraft manufacturing stimulates growth across multiple related industries, including engine building, electronics, materials science, and maintenance services. If successful, the program could create thousands of jobs and strengthen Russia's technological ecosystem. Over the long term, it may also allow Russia to re-enter selected international markets with competitively priced, fully domestic aircraft. The road to 2030 remains uncertain. Key risks include continued certification delays, funding shortfalls, engine production constraints, and the accelerated retirement of aging aircraft. At the same time, demand for air travel is expected to continue growing, placing additional strain on an already stretched fleet. To manage this pressure, airlines plan to temporarily return stored Soviet-era and foreign-built aircraft to service during 2026 and 2027. Ultimately, the goal of raising the share of domestically manufactured aircraft to 50% by 2030 represents one of the most ambitious industrial undertakings in modern Russian history. It is not merely an aviation policy, but a core component of a broader strategy aimed at technological self-sufficiency and economic resilience. Whether this objective is achieved will depend on the industry's ability to overcome deep structural challenges, scale production, and deliver certified aircraft on schedule. Success would mark a major milestone for Russian civil aviation, while failure would underscore the limits of industrial sovereignty in a highly complex and globally interconnected sector. If you liked the video, please subscribe, share, and like. Also, please take the membership of Altitude Addicts to encourage us.